In this short video today, I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk to you about advancements under the Uniform Probate Code. Interestingly, before we get started, I just want to make a quick observation. Advancements have a long history in human history and culture. In fact, one of the early and interesting stories about advancements can be found in the Bible. The book of Luke, chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. Not to get too religious here today, but the story goes that a man had two sons, and his youngest son came to him and asked his father for an advance on his inheritance. And the father, being a kind father, obliged the younger son and split his estate in half between his two sons. So he gave the younger son what he would have been entitled to upon the father's death. As we know the story, the younger son goes off in the world to a distant land, to a foreign country, and squanders the inheritance and the wealth that he had. And unfortunately, he has to return home to beg his father for forgiveness and re-entry back into his home. So this is one of the first documented examples of an advancement, if you will. An advancement is a lifetime gift that a decedent gives to someone, and that lifetime gift counts against the person's inheritance at the time of death. So let's say, for example, if I have an estate valued at $100,000 and I give you $20,000, that $20,000 counts against you. If it was a lifetime gift. There are a couple rules here that are really meaningful. At common law, any lifetime gift that a decedent gave to their family members counted as an advancement. So, for example, if I gave you anything, if I gave you $10,000 during my lifetime, if I gave you a piece of property during my lifetime, the value of that item would be deducted from what you would be otherwise entitled to inherit from me. So that's the way the common law worked. Unfortunately, when you have a blanket rule saying that every lifetime gift that a person gives is an advancement, that creates a lot of tension in families. In fact, when you have several children or siblings, there becomes a contest to keep a running tally of what mom or dad has given you during your lifetime. And it's, especially where there are imbalances, you give one child more than you give another child, feathers can be ruffled, and that will create a lot of tension within families. For this policy reason, because it creates a lot of drama and tension in families, the common law rule that every lifetime gift counts as an advancement has been abrogated by the Uniform Probate Code. Nowadays, any lifetime gift that is given isn't necessarily counted as an advancement against someone's inheritance if the decedent dies intestate. And remember, this term is a term of art. Advancements apply when a person dies intestate. So with that said, the way the UPC rule works, it works in two parts. Number one, if in a contemporaneous writing, the decedent acknowledges that what they have given to their loved one should be counted at the time of death, it's an acceleration or an advancement of what you would have otherwise been entitled to inherit at the time of the decedent's death. If there is a writing that's created by the decedent, that is firm evidence that they wanted the lifetime gift to count as an advancement. Also, on the flip side of that coin, if the donee, the person who receives a gift from the donor, the benefactor, if they at the time or even later on put in writing that something should count as an advancement, well, then it will count as an advancement. The UPC focuses squarely on intent. And the important thing for the UPC is documentation. that documentation of the intent to create an advancement, a lifetime gift that should count against someone's inheritance or entitlement and intestacy has to be, number one, documented by the decedent, by the donor or the benefactor, or number two, it can be acknowledged in a writing by the donee. I hope you find this video helpful. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you.